You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. The Hazleton Police Department's investigating a hit-and-run incident that happened over the weekend. A juvenile male was struck while riding his bicycle Saturday night on Poplar Street. The driver fled the scene after the accident and was said to be driving a white-colored pickup truck with an extended cab. The victim was transported to the hospital for treatment of his injuries, and according to police, he's in extremely serious condition. Anyone with information about the hit and run is being asked to contact the Hazleton Police Department or dial 911. A mobile home went up in flames Friday night in Hazel Township. Multiple crews and tankers responded to the call of a working structure fire at 211 Hollyland Drive just after 5 p.m. and arrived to find the home heavily engulfed in flames and smoke.
We're dispatched by Luzerne County 911 to Wyln Trailer Park for a residential structure fire. We arrived on scene to find a house trailer fully involved. The family was not home at the time. There were 4 pets still unaccounted for at this time. At this point, it's just undetermined. We're still working the scene, but it's undetermined at this time.
Firefighters were battling the blaze for approximately 2 hours, which ended up reducing the single-story mobile home to ash. Once again, the homeowners were not home at the time of the fire, but sadly, 3 dogs and a cat couldn't make it out in time safely. The cause of Friday night's fire is still under investigation in Hazel Township. A Wilkes-Barre man accused of fatally shooting 2 people will face criminal homicide charges in Luzerne County Court. Police allege that 21-year-old Jayshawn Malik Johnson shot and killed 32-year-old Damian Thomas and 31-year-old Maurice Chapman on Main Street outside of Bose back on January 30th. Another man also sustained a gunshot wound to his head during the shooting, but survived the incident. Johnson fled the area, but was later captured by U.S. Marshals in Miami, Florida on February 20th. Johnson faces charges of criminal homicide, aggravated assault, criminal attempt to commit homicide, and illegal possession of a firearm. He remains locked up at Luzerne County Prison without bail. A Luzerne County woman faces charges after crashing a cookout back on June 2nd. According to police, 42-year-old Teresa Ann Wilk showed up uninvited to a cookout on Miller Street in Luzerne, allegedly caused a disturbance and strangled a chihuahua. 2 men tried to restrain Wilk, but she escaped, took off her clothes, climbed on a roof, jumped off, and subsequently broke her ankle. She was charged with cruelty to animals, disorderly conduct, criminal trespass, and open lewdness. Fortunately, the owner of the dog said her pet was okay after the incident. The State House unanimously voted to pass House Bill 253 to help children with parents struggling with drug addiction. The bill was co-sponsored by State Representative Tara Toohill and would establish a task force to research the impact of the opioid abuse epidemic on young people. The task force would look for ways to improve safety, as well as make recommendations to improve outcomes for pregnant women in order to prevent infants from being exposed to substances. Toohill wants to improve resources so mothers can reach out for help if they need it. She also said the legislation addresses the serious problem of babies born in withdrawal after being exposed to substances in the womb. The Valley Country Club hosted the 2021 Philadelphia Boys Junior PGA Championship today in Sugarloaf. The Philadelphia section of the Boys Junior PGA Tour teed off this morning at the Valley Country Club, which was honored to test the area's best juniors and serve as the scenic setting to this year's first major championship.
There were a number of qualifiers throughout the area, throughout the Philadelphia section, and these boys qualified. There's 72 of them playing here today, and they're vying for a spot in the National PGA Boys Championship, which is going to be held in Lexington, Kentucky, and coincidentally, I'm going to be a rules official for that tournament. There are two divisions. There's 13 to 15, and then 16 and 17.
In order to advance to this national event, players needed to be residents within the boundary of the Philadelphia section, which covers eastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, Cecil County, Maryland, and the entire state of Delaware.
We were very lucky that we snagged this tournament for our club. We're very happy to have it here today. Kind of see how these young men do on our lightning fast undulating greens. So that's interesting. They're going to be playing 36 holes. They play two 18-hole rounds today. And I'm not quite sure how many are going to qualify, but they'll be going then to Lexington.
Today's top two finishers earn a spot in the 45th Boys Junior PGA Championship in Lexington, Kentucky, July 12th through the 15th. Plus, today's first place finisher also earns a spot in the Philadelphia PGA's Doylestown Open on Friday, July 30th. But honestly, could these young men have lucked out any better with today's beautiful weather? State officials are calling on residents to ask their legislature to save the Bureau of Dog Law Enforcement. Wyln's Julie Stefanovich has more.
Animal advocates rallied on the lawn of the state capitol today in support of Senate Bill 232 and House Bill 526. Both bills would help save the Bureau of Dog Law Enforcement.
These companion bills will achieve the co-equal goals of protecting our dogs and protecting our communities. Both goals are at the heart of the Bureau of Dog Law's work. This legislation recognizes the critical responsibilities of the Bureau of Dog Law.
The Bureau is responsible for inspecting licensed kennels, cracking down on puppy mills, and reuniting lost dogs with their families. But the Bureau is now feeling the effects from lack of funding.
We're working with 14 less wardens across the state than we had in 1996, a decrease of 30%. They're spread thin and traveling the state to keep up with multiple counties.
State officials want to increase the cost of dog licenses to help sustain the Bureau. Pennsylvania's fee has remained at $6.50 since 1996. Raising the fee to just $10 annually will benefit Pennsylvanians at large.
You heard Ag Secretary Redding say it's been 128 years since 1893 that the fees have taken care of the operation, the complete operation of the Bureau. Never had to reach out to the taxpayer at all. All of the money came through the fee, which then funded the Bureau to do all the great things that they have to do. We've been talking about this for 5 years. Each year it gets worse, so that last year we actually took $1.2 million from everybody that doesn't own a dog.
And making an appearance today was Levi Fetterman. He's the Fetterman family dog and also the official dog of Pennsylvania.
Levi is a rescue. He was a chain dog, which means he spent his entire life on a chain outside. He was starved and he was beaten. He never knew where his next meal would come from. And he is here with me now because he was found and rescued by what we're trying to fund through these two bills. We ask that you all make some calls, reach out to your legislators. This is a very easy fix to a very big problem.
To find out more information or to view the 2020 annual report for the Bureau of Dog Law Enforcement, visit agriculture.pa.gov/raise the fee for PA pups. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up on Wyln News, PennDOT recognizes Juneteenth. Plus, who's Marty talking sports with this week? But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old, and it's gonna rain out. Bye.
In 2020, it was certainly challenging, but now there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is certainly bright. Enjoy our world-renowned water parks, classic resorts, breathtaking views, fabulous food. 2021 has arrived. We are back better than ever. Let's enjoy it. Find your enjoyment waiting at PoconoMountains.com.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton. We're talking about TNT. We're talking about trucks and trade-ins. If you got a truck that you don't want or you're looking for a truck, we've got a huge selection of pre-owned trucks right now. We have got Rubicons. We have got GMCs, Ford Flexes. We have got a Ram dually diesel. If you're in the market for a truck or you want to get rid of your truck, you'll never get more ever than it's worth right now. So come on down to 508 Susquehanna Boulevard in Hazleton and see why we'll give you more for the trade that those other guys won't.
Hazleton area's graduating class of 2021 will be holding one in-person commencement ceremony tomorrow night. And WYLN is once again proud to bring you live graduation coverage tomorrow, June 15th at 6 p.m. as they walk in front of the high school. The distinguished graduate ceremony will be taking place tonight at 6 in front of the high school. So join us at 6 tomorrow night as we say hats off to this year's Hazleton area grads. All PennDOT driver's license and photo centers will be closed on Friday, June 18th in observance of Juneteenth. Juneteenth marks June 19, 1865, when Union soldiers reached Texas with news that the Civil War had ended. People in slavery were previously unaware they'd been freed 2 years earlier, when President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Customers can still access a variety of services online 24/7 at no additional cost by visiting dmv.pa.gov. WYLN's all-time OT hero Marty Burns has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. Pocono Raceway President Ben May is on this week, so let's talk sports. Here's part one.
And before we get to the excitement of what's coming up at the end of the month, we'll just focus real quickly on some bad news. Last year, you had the doubleheader, but unfortunately, no fans were allowed due to the pandemic. How strange of a weekend was that?
You know, it was odd. It's something I'll never forget, and happy to never have happen again to any sports and entertainment executive going forward. It was really a shame for, and I keep this in perspective too, based on what was going on in the world, but it was a shame for our partners. It was a shame for the race fans. We were poised for a big event, but the great news is we've got pretty much a mirror image of what happened in 2020 coming at the end of the month, but packed full of campers and race fans.
And that leads perfectly into my next question. How excited were you and everybody associated with Pocono Raceway when the word came down from Governor Wolf in the state of Pennsylvania that you'd be able to be at 100% fan capacity?
Yeah, it was an amazing moment. We truthfully didn't expect to be at 100%. So when we got that news, we've just been excited along the way, right? We were at 20%, then we went to 50. And then from 50 to 100 was really kind of a neat jump that we didn't see coming. It's been amazing for our partners, our folks in the suites, that indoor capacity being lifted, the outdoor capacity. So we're primed and pretty pumped up. It's there's going to be a ton of RVs, a ton of tent campers, a ton of race fans, and we get to have our partners and sponsors back in the suites entertaining their guests and doing what we do. So a really, really pleasant surprise, to say it, I guess, gently.
Coming up on Drum's News Choice, we brought the Freeland Whippets back in Community and You. Plus, who's leading the way this week? Stay with us and find out.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Wyln TV 35 presents the Hazelton Area High School Class of 2021 graduation, Tuesday, June 15th at 6 p.m. live on Wyln TV 35. We're your local network.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Community and You. We are joined by Krista Portukis of the Freeland Whippets. She is a board member of. And today we're going to be talking about an event that's coming your way. 6th annual event, I believe. And it's going to be a golf tournament, so you better get those putters and drivers out. So why don't we start off, just tell us a little bit about the event itself.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. Yeah, this is actually the 6th annual golf tournament. We did have one last year in the midst of COVID. Obviously, though, we had to have like a little bit of an abbreviated version. We weren't able to have the banquet or anything afterwards, but people did come out and we so appreciated their support for that. But this year it's back and better than ever. It is going to be, our full golf tournament. We're going to have it's going to be the last weekend in June 26th. And it's going to be at Sand Springs Golf Club in Drums. And we're going to have a shotgun start at 8 o'clock. Registrations will start at 7. And then the full tournament. And then afterwards, we are going to have a banquet at Sand Springs with their delicious food and prizes and just a lot of fun.
Yeah. And this event, it's been going on for a little while. Can you tell us a little bit about past events? And I know we were talking earlier about just kind of last year's event, how that kind of changed and what had happened and just everything that goes on with it.
Right, yeah, so when we first started the golf tournament, we had a great response, and we were so grateful to the community and everybody who came out to participate, all the sponsors, the businesses that helped us put it together. And we're so grateful to Sand Springs as well because they've been so welcoming and so accommodating for us. Like I said, last year we had kind of like an abbreviated version, but luckily by that point the governor had opened up golf courses, so we were able to have the event as scheduled. It's just that we weren't able to they weren't able to allow us to have the banquet facilities because of the restrictions. So we kind of just did like little bagged lunches, but we still had the prizes, we still had the full tournament. This year though, thankfully, thankfully, everything is hopefully getting back to normal. So we're able to have the full tournament like we've had in the past for the past like 4 years, minus the 5th year. So we're going to have, like I said, registrations are going to start at 7 o'clock. They are, you can have, we'll have mulligans to purchase. There's also going to be, some really nice prizes. And shotguns start at 8, full tournament, and then afterwards we're going to have the banquet at Sand Springs. So we're really looking forward to it. We've had a wonderful turnout, a lot of support. People really look forward to it. Plus, it's an opportunity, for people to do in the area and support a really good cause.
And that cause, can you tell us a little bit about what people are supporting?
Sure. They're going to be supporting the Freeland Whippets. Okay, we're a midget football association. We have tackle football, we have cheer, and just recently in the past couple of years we've added flag football as well. So it's open for little ones starting at age 5 all the way up to 13. We have 4 teams in tackle. It's based on age and weight restrictions and things like that, so it makes it fair across the board for the playing field. We play teams from all over the area. In fact, we've actually had interest from teams as far away as Towanda. Wow. To join, our league. So we play teams up in the Wilkes-Barre area, as well as, here locally. So it's a great opportunity for kids to learn, sportsmanship, organization, time management, and just structure. So the kids really like it. They have fun. I mean, it's so cute to see the little ones, 5, 6, 7-year-old, starting out just learning the fundamentals of the game and then, progressing from there. But, and it gets the kids ready to, then move on into, the high school football.
Yeah. And, for people who are interested in coming, any information they need to know, anything, especially now. I mean, you guys have masks available.
We do.
But should they purchase those masks so that they could come to this event?
Well, we do have, if you go onto our website, it's freelandwhippets.com. Masks are available for purchase, and then we're also going to have the registrations up on our website soon so people could go there and sign up. It's going to be $85 per golfer, $325 for a team. Like I said, once they get there, there'll be other additional things, skins, mulligans, things that they could purchase if they choose to. But everything is going to be available on our website, freelandwhippets.com. So they could just go there, click on it, sign up. They could either do it individually or as a foursome, or even two people at a time. However they want to do it, they're more than welcome. Like I said, we're just so grateful, for people to come out and participate and support our organization.
All right. Well, folks, June 26th, mark your calendars, get your putters ready, get your drivers ready, and get out to Sand Springs Golf Course to support a great cause, the Freeland Whippets. I'm excited. I kind of want to see the Freeland Whippets in play. It sounds like a great time.
It's a good time. It's a good time, yeah.
Well, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
We truly appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you, folks, for joining us here on Community and You on WYLN.
This is what the Pocono Raceway looks like now, but this is what it's really going to look like. We're back bigger and better than ever. Explore the Pocono Mountains 350. Get your tickets at PoconoRaceway.com.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Go Hog Wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Stars of Tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Brian Uplinger's leading the way again to kick off this week's series.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those paving NEPA towards a better future. This week, we are joined by Hazleton Area School District Superintendent Brian Uplinger. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, we'll start at the beginning as we always begin. Tell us about growing up, what your aspirations were, what you did as a kid, just the general layout of who Brian was.
Yeah, sure. Believe it or not, I was a run-of-the-mill kid. Swam a lot. You know, every summer we were down at the pool, and from a very small community, very rural community, and a very loving family. You know, we had incredible times together and vacations and, you know, things like that. But I think what brought me into education was when I became a lifeguard and teaching children how to swim. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm pretty good at this, I guess. So why don't I try that as I get older and get, you know, into the college scene and looking at different things that I could possibly do. You know, I could probably be a teacher. And so that's where I'm at now, and where I've been, and you know, moving through all of those scenarios that, you know, that should I go into medicine, should I go into you know, something else that you know, doesn't take you away as much as, you know, as a teacher would, that you know, through the course of a school day and coming home and having to grade papers and having to call parents and, you know, things like that. But no, it was something that really stuck with me, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Is I love being with kids. I love being with other educators, and I love to continue to learn.
All right, folks. Check back tomorrow as Brian continues leading the way into tomorrow's segment. Have a good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.